This player should have never made it into the NHL. A small, undersized Russian defenseman who before moving to North America didn't speak a word in English. Ignoring all of that, he moved to North America as a teenager, was blocked from joining his OHL team because of immigration issues, missed all of training camp, and now, less than 5 years later, he is one of the best prospects in the Canucks organization. This is the story of Kirill Kudryavtsev. This graph shows every player in the NHL who has played a game between 2020 to 2026 by the round they were drafted in. First rounders lead the way by a large margin, and in the opposite end, 7th rounders are all the way at the bottom. They make up less than 3% of the entire league in that span, and it is a virtual impossibility to play in the league as a 7th round draft pick. Some notable names are Andre Palat, Jannik Hansen. Those are people who have succeeded, and yet most of them fizzle out in the end. Kirill Kudryavtsev was drafted 208th overall in the 7th round in the 2022 draft class. He was viewed as an undersized defenseman who was good on the stick but physically was not mature enough, and his ceiling was a good AHL defenseman. Kudryavtsev played his junior hockey with the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, who he played parts of 4 seasons with. In 2023, he played good enough to earn himself a contract, still a project as a 7th round pick, but he was showing signs of improvement. The very next year, he would head to Abbotsford to play in the American Hockey League, his first taste of professional hockey. This would be levels above the competition he was used to playing with, and professional hockey meant that he had to be stronger, faster, physically mature, and more skilled, and levels beyond what he already was. He was viewed as a long-term project who needed time to adapt into a new organization and a new league where he would play against men and not boys. Many people didn't give him too much thought, thinking that he would just fizzle out or he would be a bottom 5 defenseman. In his first year with the Abbotsford Canucks, Kudryavtsev soared. He was the team's second highest scoring defenseman, led the team in plus-minus, ran the top power play unit, caught the attention of Patrick Allvin, who called him up to the NHL where he would make his debut, becoming the first player since Jannik Hansen to make his debut as a 7th round draft pick for the Vancouver Canucks, and he did this all as a rookie. After the Vancouver Canucks season, he would be sent back down to the AHL where he would be playing in the AHL playoffs, where he proceeded to put up possibly the greatest postseason numbers in Abbotsford Canucks history. He was a net positive player by 18 goals. 18 goals. That's 9 more goals than anybody else on the team. He was only on the ice for 35 on 5 goals in the entire playoffs, and he had a half point per game pace throughout the entire 21 games that he played. He did this despite being healthy scratch for multiple games in that playoff series, and in 21 games, he produced the best numbers out of any defenseman on the Abbotsford Canucks, en route to a Calder Cup victory, the first in Abbotsford Canucks history, and he was the best defenseman on the team without a doubt. This undersized defenseman was overlooked by every single team on draft night 7 times before the Canucks finally picked him. He faced every obstacle a player can ever face. He was supposed to fail in the league, and yet he succeeded beyond everyone's expectations. He would keep this momentum into this past season where he would be voted as an American Hockey League All-Star, and he would get his first career NHL point towards the end of the season. For all we know, he could be just another player passing through the Canucks organization. But he has the chance to become one of, if not the best, 7th round picks of recent memory. That is the story of Kirill Kudryavtsev.